What's up, YouTube? It's Mike here, back with another video. I'm going to start this one off with a little bit of bad news, but first, I want to ask you guys to please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ring that notification bell for notifications on uploads, and if you like the video, please like the video. So I had a really big loss a couple weeks ago. I lost my short body Tigranus catfish. Not a very common fish to see. I know that short body fish are frowned upon, but this isn't exactly a fish that is bred deliberately to be a short body. This was purchased as a regular Tigranus, just at about 2 to 3 inches, really small little guy, and I grew him out, and as he developed into a short body. There was no visible signs when he was really little. So you'll notice the tank behind me is a little bit cloudy, and you're gonna notice in the clips that I play in this video over the last week or so, the tank has been cloudy. So long story short, I had a power outage a little over a week ago. It was almost 2 weeks ago now, and it was in the middle of the night around 3 a.m. Apparently it only lasted for a couple of hours, maybe 2.5 hours, according to neighbors. I slept through it. I didn't get up during the power outage. But when I came down in the morning, I noticed that the short body Tig was visibly stressed out, and he was kind of red. It looked like ammonia burns. None of the other fish showed any signs of ammonia burns, but that's what he looked like. I decided to take him out of the 1500, and I put him into one of my 55s with one of the albino silver Arowanas. And he ended up dying within 24 hours in the 55. I kind of wonder if I should have just left him in the 1100. I don't really know, but it felt like the right thing to do was to pull him. It didn't seem to help though. Regardless, I lost him, and I'll show a quick clip here of right before I buried him, just so you can kind of see him, just see how red he was. But pretty sad anyway. I'm really bummed about losing him. And I don't really know if it was because of the power outage or if he already had something going on. I didn't notice any problems with him until that morning. But maybe he had something else going on even before that. Or maybe it was just power being off and the high temp. The tank is pretty warm. It's warmer than I'd like it to be. That's been a problem. So Tigs, they need a lot of flow, and they're not going to appreciate the higher temps. Plus, he already had deformities. I don't know. I'm trying to put it all together, but it's sad. He was just about to get moved to a new tank anyway. So that one was significant to this video because I did plan on moving that Tigranus to the 600. He was going to be one of the first fish in, and he died literally a couple days before I planned to move him over. So pretty sad, big loss. He will be missed. Probably never see another one like him again. Although that's probably good for the Tigs. They don't do, no fish should be short body anyway, so it's probably best that we don't see too many of them. But it was a rare fish, so kind of sad. But more on a positive note, I got a bunch of footage from moving a bunch of different fish over the past week to the 600, so I'm going to show that. So this hybrid has been doing well. He's eating pellets right now, actually. He's an awkward catfish, but it is what it is. At least he's eating and doing well in his own 600-gallon tank by himself. But it's time. I'm gonna start adding some of my ray pups. Now, I might have this bigger girl sold already, so I think I'm gonna keep her in here for a while. The first guy I'm gonna move is him. I'm gonna see how he does by himself with just the hybrid, and then if all goes well, I'll slowly add these two into the 600 as well. But for now, I'm gonna move him. This guy's not so little anymore. He was tiny when I first got him. He's made some good gains. Sorry you guys missed the release. He was really active right away. It's the exact same water, so that should make his transition a lot easier. He's gonna have to get used to not being in a bare bottom tank. I think the black sand is really going to help make his pattern pop too. He's a very cool little hybrid. He's a Leo hybrid of some sort, so I don't know what he's mixed with, but definitely going to be a cool fish. As he grows, we will see how he develops. He's very interested in the sand. Looks like he's already chewing on the sand. So I'm excited to have him in here. It's a nice big grow out tank for him. I had to do a little work in the tank and stick my hand in there, and I think I scared him and he kind of buried himself. I actually lost him. I had no clue where he was for a while. Then I finally saw him there. So he's buried himself, and it got me thinking that he's gonna do a lot better if I had other rays in there, whereas him by himself, he's gonna take a longer time to settle in. So I think because I know the tank is safe and it's all the same water, I'm gonna move a second one in there with him and give him another ray to help him feel more comfortable. I'm also going to move this little Leo hybrid. Good look at him. And he's actually bigger than you would think. It's very deceiving. Definitely grown since I moved him. Now we're going to catch these two pearls and the marble Motoro hybrid over here. She's over here. I'm going to catch those two and move them to the 600. This is actually the male. And he's put on some serious size. He may be 11 to 12 inch disc. Looks great. Beautiful. Last but not least, I'm gonna move the silver Arowana. I would really love to grow him out in this tank, but again, it's not practical due to his size still. So 600 is plenty of a grow out for him. What I'm doing is I'm going to put big blocks of wood on top of the lids and lower the water level. So we're gonna weigh down the lids so he can't jump out through those, and we're gonna lower the water level to try to deter it, because these are really wide openings. So that's my best solution for now. I have to keep the tank covered, and I do think that this is the best option for the silver. I did consider putting him in here, but due to some of the bigger cats, it's a risk also. So as far as tank mates, compatibility, and size, this is the best option, I think, for the silver Arowana. At least until it gets quite large. Over 24 inches, I might consider throwing it back in here, but I'd say it's only about 18 inches and just not ready to be in with some bigger fish. So we're gonna move them. Got them in. I don't have the blocks of wood on yet. I'm gonna put them up right now, because I am a little bit worried already, you know, because he could spook very easily right now in a new environment. But he looks great in there. Very cool to have him in there. I feel like I can see him a lot better now. Just like the rays, I can see them a lot better now. So hopefully the giant gourami doesn't... They were together before, so... Hopefully the giant gourami doesn't get territorial all of a sudden. We'll see. And here it is in its final form. This is pretty much going to be the stock for a while. I do want to move this, I don't know if I said this before, but I do want to move this Dorado cat over there someday. He's just too small for now. I wouldn't trust, actually I wouldn't trust the Arowana, to be honest. Everything has eaten really good in here, which is awesome. The Arowana, like, he didn't eat like he usually does, but he still ate. Like, he couldn't resist eating, even though he wants to sulk. I've seen all of the rays eat. Everything has eaten, which is good. Only negative I've seen is the very, very first day, this, of course, my little pride and joy here, my albino pearl, she got a chunk bit out of her, and I assume one of the big rays did that. And I think I spooked this guy back here. He just buried himself. But yeah, so that'll grow back. That'll be all right over time. I haven't seen anything else since, and they've been in here for over a week. So I think it was probably just like a little fluke thing, maybe a little nippy at first, and now they know each other. So hopefully that won't happen again. I'm hoping to get a big growth spurt out of those rays too, which is kind of cool. So I hope you guys are happy with the stock like I am. I absolutely love it. I do plan to do something with some 40 breeders under it. I just got to decide, like technically I can fit 5, But if I put 5, I'll never be able to get under the tank to do any maintenance or anything, so that's probably a bad idea. I gotta decide how many 40 breeders I really want to put under it to make it still worth it, but I can still get around them and stuff. So that'll be a project for the future. We'll have a bunch of 40-gallon breeders in here, plus the addition of the one that's gonna go up here. I think that'll be cool. Give me space to grow out different fish that I want to grow out. Speaking of, I don't remember if I ever showed these little albino tinfoil barbs. I'm growing them out with one of the albino silver Arowanas. So those eventually I'd like to put into the 600 once they're big enough, but again, those would get eaten right now. And here's the other little albino silver. It's an update. They've been doing great. Very aggressive eaters. They've grown quite a bit too, so I'm happy about that. And that is pretty much it for this video, guys. Next week, we'll be doing a bunch of fish that I moved to the 1500 behind me that you can't really see, but they're in there. And definitely some craziness trying to catch these fish. And I got one more really important fish that I gotta move over to here. You guys will see that next week, hopefully, because it would have been definitely next week, but I wasn't able to move it myself. So I need a hand and I need a better net. So next week we'll be moving more fish, the bigger ones, to the 1500, so kind of exciting. Thank you guys as always for watching. I ask you as always to please subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell for notifications. If you like the video, like the video. Follow me on Instagram at Off the Deep End Aquatics, and I will see you guys in that next video. Thanks.